I had some friends who maybe have a little bit of narcissistic personality disorder. I'm not saying that Justin might have that.
I will.
You know him a bit better than me. And I always wonder, is it like a combination of nature or nurture? Because if I believe the stories of you and the stepdad of Justin, you guys raised him pretty good. And he was a football star. There was actually not that much which could have been bad for him in his youth. So...
Well, no. Let's back this up. Where we lived in that part of the country is very hurricane prone. And so we went through a lot of hurricanes. I was part of Hurricane Katrina. My beautiful new home was destroyed with Hurricane Katrina. We had his dad constantly suing us. I was working 12 hours a day and then going and taking care of elderly people at night just to pay the legal fees and pay for Justin's baseball. I was diagnosed with PTSD 4 times while Justin was growing up. So there was a lot going on and a lot of hardship, but there was also a lot of really good things. And the real story is a family that had to persevere.
Exactly. And which family does not have to persevere?
Right.
And actually, that's even a beautiful story. If Justin has the background that he has, that he can actually say that he had a loving family. They weren't that rich, but he grew up, put up his bootstraps, and became from a blue collar to multimillionaire.
Yeah. Why not say that story? You know, and you talked about the narcissism, and I explained this on John Anthony's show. He was my mother's namesake, so my whole family loved him. He has the red hair of my mother's people. Very, very proud of him. He was very athletic. What man and grandparent wouldn't love a very athletic child? You know, he's always been cheered on. Everybody's screaming his name from the time he was 4 years old on. Well, after college, nobody's screaming his name anymore. And he doesn't have that food to fill him and thousands of people telling him he's wonderful. So he's got to come up with this facade and say, oh, I had this terrible childhood. You know, we went through a lot of things. I did a lot of things wrong. Children don't come with instructions. You know, you just do the best you can.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of sad because I also saw a lot of the comments that people were either hating you. Well, first of the things is like, they didn't believe that you're the mother. Well, you showed me the proof, so definitely you're the mother. And a lot of these comments I also saw from people that also have issues with their own family, that I don't like my mom, I don't like my family, they are all toxic. And in my opinion, I've seen these people.
Yeah, so he's feeding into that psyche of, I'm just like you. When in reality, he had a family that loved him, that never missed a game, and a stepdad that, you know, I'm going to show later on, it's on his stepdad's Facebook page, has tons of pictures of Justin on there. He, you know, and that crap about him not having a dad, that's a lie. He had a dad that filled him with vile and venomous lies, and then he had a dad that tried to love it away.
Yeah, it's sad that he then goes after his stepdad and not his real dad. Yeah. And, you know, I get asked, why am I doing this? Okay, generations from now, or just in 10 years, heck, one of my grandsons already seeing this. Devastated, hearing what Uncle Justin is saying about Papa. And it doesn't make sense. You know, I'm not married, you know, I'm not with this man anymore. He's not my favorite person either. I usually refer to him as Damn Coon-ass. All right? He was the biggest kid, you know? But I cannot say that he did not love his children, and Justin and his sister were his kids, you know? And I have got to stop that lie, and I cannot let
my grandchildren hear that kind of lies about their grandfather or about me. You know, right now I'm reviewing more about, you know, what he's saying about his stepdad. I haven't even got to me yet.
He is the youngest or the oldest of 5, right?
He's the oldest of 5.
Does he have contact with his brothers and sisters?
He has very close contact with his sister that's from the same father. Now, she was fed the same venom, and I'm noticing that it's so stupid. She went all over John Anthony's thing, and the name of her channel is Who Is She? I mean, I figured it out like this, you know, by what she's saying. She knew enough to, you know, it's his sister. And she really helped him getting through. She took a lot of his did his homework, helped him, you know. And she's into this venomous lies too. You know, she's going around saying, "Oh, my dad," you know, blah blah blah. And she's turned her children against, you know. So she's done the same thing, but she's also been fed the pig trough of vileness.
I understand that. However, in my opinion, after high school, even after college, you should be like, okay, now I'm mature, and now I should be actually forgive my parents, forgive the environment of stuff.
Yeah. You know, and what I'm thinking, so they're adults now, and these records can be unsealed at the courthouse. Why not go to the courthouse and find out for yourself the truth? You know, and if I had anything to hide, I would be preventing them from going to the courthouse. I'm encouraging them to, before you go on YouTube, before you lie again, make sure what you're saying is true. Read the psychologist's reports. Read what the judge said. Read who filed first. Read the sheriff's incident reports from when his father pulled knives on me and tried to, you know, really hurt me. Read it for yourself.
As you said before, Justin might have this target group of young men, maybe around 15, maybe 20 older, that are looking for someone who fed him like a direction, because a lot of these guys, they only have a father, they don't follow religion, so they need to have these false idols, and the internet is full of them these days. And for me, Justin was relatable because he is a few years older than me. He's 36, I'm 34. And he also has a construction background. So it was really interesting to find out that not is he only saying stuff just to target his brand, but he might even believe some of that stuff. Or he might believe in his own lies.
Right. You know, he knows better. He really does.
As you said, he can go to the court and find out about himself. And is that true that he...
And if I was lying, I wouldn't say that.
No, it's...
You know?
It's like, why would a mother do that? You know, but maybe that's my background, but people...
And, you know, why would a mother do that? All right, Justin Waller's mother, he still has 3 half-siblings. This mother is defending them and their dad.
True. Was he always... did he always have this mannerism? Because maybe that could also be a rebranding, like the cowboy mannerism, the woo screaming, always having a shirt on. Was he always like that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's true about him.
There is this horrible old country song that we used to sing to him to tease him. And it says, "Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror because I get better looking each day." We sang that to him, teasing him, because he was always extremely vain and, full of himself.
So at least
but
that's good about him.
I didn't think it would turn into a narcissistic monster.
Do you think it could be because he has some external influences? Because as you see, he is hanging out with the Sterling Cooper guy, with the Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. And I see their videos. I know these guys for a long time. I know Andrew Tate 5 years ago because he was boxing a fellow Dutchman. And he got KO'd in round 1, and I think that's why he was rebranding himself now as well. Because a lot of stuff that he says is, maybe it's a marketing thing, but it's from exaggerating to point out lying. And I see that Justin is also doing that. Do you think it's that he has this demon speaking to him?
I think that goes back to what I said earlier. You know, he's always been praised, and, you know, he had learning disabilities, and I'm really into positive mindset type of things. And, you know, and would tell him that a right brain learner is actually smarter than a left brain and all that kind of stuff. But at the ball fields, you know, somebody's screaming your name every time you step out of the ball pit or, you know, onto the field or something like that. You know, you that feeds you. And he didn't have that. And I think he saw that fame and fortune and that adoration coming back if he went along with what they were doing. Now, I don't know if he went to the Tates and said, yeah, this is me too, and lied to them, or if they agreed upon him spewing what his father was court ordered to stop saying. So I don't know if, you know, where that connected.